politics.
That's funny how you have no damn idea what you're talking about. Okay, let me get back to history. First of all, most part of what you call Ukraine has never been Ukraine. Part of it used to be Austro-Hungary, like Lvov.
Yeah.
Part of it was
the western part.
Part of it was part of Romania, part of it was part of Hungary, part of it was part of Poland, part of it was part of Russian Empire that we conquer like old Novorossiya. Odessa has been always Russian, as you know, Crimea, Kharkiv, and all those places that were Russian-speaking with Russian mentality. Kiev has been purchased at a certain moment of time from Poland for a certain amount of money. So as an entity, Ukraine as such existed in different borders for a very short period of time. When you're talking about Bolsheviks, a lot of them were Ukrainian by nationality. Bolshevism was extremely popular in Ukraine. Bolsheviks were not people coming from other places. For most part of so-called, they were not even termed Ukrainian. Because in Russia this time, we had definition according to the religious beliefs. And people were described on other Christians, Muslims, or in Judaism, and that's how it was. Then we have Belarusians, we have Malarusians, we have Velika Russians. Term Ukraine basically is in a way quite modern.
Yeah.
When people that right now you're addressing to, they're never called like Philip Orlik, who considered to be the first author of Ukrainian constitution, never ever called himself Ukrainian. Taras Shevchenko, who is considered to be father of Ukrainian poetry, he was saying that he wrote his verses on the southern version of a Russian language. The idea of modern Ukrainian has been created in Austro-Hungary. And that is extremely different from what actual history is. Through all the history of Russian Empire, people that were coming from Ukraine, as you call them, Ukrainian nationality, they were in extremely high positions. They were never ever oppressed. They were never under different terms that should I say Russians. They were Russian generals, they were political leaders, they had whatever they wanted.
Okay.
And during Soviet time, a lot of Ukrainians were on a very high position in Politburo. They were running Soviet Union, they were running KGB, military, and even in the worst time of this tragedy of the starvation and people killed, there were never ever the question of the nationality. At this time, Ukraine has been run by people of Jewish, Ukrainian, Russian blood.
Okay.